Hello, this is Angie with theCountryChicCottage.net, and I'm here today to make some recycled jar crafts for Easter. And if you can tell, this is a bunny silhouette on this jar. And this is actually hot glue under decoupage tissue paper. It's a really neat technique, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. And these are actually recycled pickle jars. So save your pickle jars up for Easter and make, say, 3 or 4 of these jars for the center of your table. So we're going to get started. This Hangout is sponsored by AdTech, which makes great glue guns. You can see more Hangouts sponsored by AdTech on craftyhangouts.com, where we're having those all year. And I'm just going to change the camera so you can see my work. All right, so what you're going to need is your pickle jars and some silhouettes. So you can print a variety of silhouettes from the internet. I have a bunny on this jar. I'm going to use a butterfly for the one I'm going to show you how to make partially, and I have a chick that I started and I'm going to show you the rest of. All right, so just cut your silhouette out, and I just use a piece of duct tape, put it on the inside of my jar. I actually did one butterfly on here already, and I'm going to do another one. So just sort of tape it to the inside so it doesn't move, and you can actually hold it with your hand while you do this step. So my hand's inside, and I'm just going to take my glue gun. I have some strings here. Just going to take my glue gun and fill in this butterfly. So just fill in your silhouette. I recommend doing the outer edge first and then doing the inner edge. Any hot glue will work for this. There's different types from AdTech, different temperatures, but any that you have on hand will absolutely work for this. And it actually doesn't have to be perfect, just so you get the general idea of the shape. So now I'm filling in the inside, fixing any mistakes I made on the outer edges. And looks like a butterfly to me. Okay, so then you can remove that paper from the inside. And what you need to do is let this dry for a little while. This one's actually dry, but this one will need to dry for just a few minutes. And then remove any glue strings that are on the jar. These are actually Vlasic pickle jars, and I just removed the labels from them by soaking them and using a little Gooby Gone. All right, now we're going to need tissue paper, decoupage, and a sponge brush. And I've already partially started this jar. So this jar has got a silhouette of a chick on it that I did with hot glue earlier. And I'm just going to put a bunch of decoupage out on a piece of cardboard here. And this sponge brush just makes quick work of this. Any brush you have on hand will do. And I did half of the jar before I started this hangout, just so this would be a little quicker for you. So what you want to do is just get the decoupage all over. Be sure to get all the way around your hot glue silhouette. Make sure it's all over that chick. And then just go all the way around the jar. So I'm stopping up here at the band. I'm going to do that last thing after we get everything covered. And kind of doing half of the jar at a time makes it a little easier. And when you get to where you started, overlap just slightly. All right, and then you just put this on your tissue paper. Make sure this is somewhat flat. It does not have to be perfect. That's the beauty of this one. And you just roll the jar around. And there's where we overlapped. We're just going to cut that and make sure that overlaps all the way down. All right, now this is the bottom of the jar. Just going to put some decoupage right on the bottom and fold in that excess. Cut it away where it's not too bulky. Just fold that in to cover the bottom of the jar. We're actually going to decoupage right over the top as well. So Let's just get that down. All right, so before you start this, I actually have a place for this jar to go in my craft room, but make some sort of stand. You might even use your decoupage bottle, because you're going to want to put this jar on something upside down and let it dry so it's not touching anything anywhere. So just one word of advice before you get started on this one. All right, and then just finish up around the neck. I said we'd get to in just a second. Just put decoupage around it. And what you want to do is just make sure it bends at the neck, so you're leaving a little excess. And just put it down. All right, and then you're just going to decoupage right over the top. This is where that silhouette is. So I'm just going right over the top. And it's making the tissue paper flat to the jar and flat to that clump of hot glue that's in the shape of a chick in this case. And so we're going to do that all the way around. I'm not going to do that for the sake of this video. Just do it all the way around, the top, everything. And then put it, like I said, upside down to dry. And I'm just going to do that real quick. Okay. And you can kind of see that in my thing. Okay. And now, to finish off, once this is completely dry, so allow it to dry overnight, and then just take ink, and you can actually just rub your finger on the ink pad and rub it right on where that hot glue silhouette is, and you'll get sort of the effect of that bunny rabbit. You could use white ink or just whatever color you want. So maybe use a different color tissue paper and yellow ink for that chick, or brown ink if you like sort of a distressed look, sort of shabby chic. And then I just tied a ribbon around the top. So that's it. So it's a fun way to turn a plain pickle jar into an amazing Easter creation for your Easter celebration. So thank you for joining me today, and a huge thanks to AdTech for the glue guns and for sponsoring this hangout. Again, head to craftyhangouts.com to see tons of AdTech projects, and head to my blog, thecountrychiccottage.net, for this project and so many more. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.